lock your doors, and pour something strong. You're listening to Phantom Proof Podcast. Here are your ghosts, Logan and Wayne.
Hey guys, this is Logan.
And this is Wayne.
Thank you again for joining us for our third episode, our third week. We have gotten a lot of engagement on social media. We've gotten plenty of, comments and followers and things on YouTube and Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So as always, we want to thank you guys for your support and everything that you're doing for us in the early stages of our show.
I'm thrilled to see, just over 1,700 on Facebook?
Yeah, I think we're at 1,707.
I know when it first started to grow, when we first started, really kind of freaked me out at first. I didn't know why.
Yeah, like we told you guys at first, our initial plan was just to really have a creative hobby for us to do. We didn't think anybody would listen. We just wanted to do something besides come home from work and watch TV and eat and go to bed.
Yeah, we didn't really care. We didn't have anyone to impress. But now,
now
I feel like we have to kind of live up to it.
Exactly. Now we have, between Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, I think we've got like a little over 2,000 followers. So we have people to impress. But we hope you guys are enjoying the show. If there's anything we can improve on, like we said, we are new to the mic. We are new to podcast. This is my first time behind the mic since my fourth grade talent show.
I did drama in high school, but
yeah. So if there's anything that you can think of that we can do to improve a different structure for the show, we're not going to be upset. Just shoot us a message. Be like, hey, I think if you would do X versus X, or whatever, we'll take it to heart, and we want to make the show better for you guys listening at home. And yeah, we just thank you from the bottom of our hearts for supporting us the way that you have. But this episode is going to be on the spirits of Staunton. So Staunton, Virginia is about 2 hours and 45 minutes north of where we live in North Carolina. And our friends, John and Brittany, had went up there probably 2 years ago or so, just for a little overnight or weekend couples getaway. And they came back and told us about it. And the way they spoke about this town, the city, that we had to go. But we kept putting it off. Work gets in the way and life gets in the way and this and that. We had a bunch of excuses, but one of the ghost tours from Ghost of Staunton, which is run by Black Raven Paranormal and Marty over there, actually followed us on Instagram. And I was like, Ghost of Staunton? I said, I know it's Staunton. So I clicked on it, and sure enough, it was Staunton, Virginia. I was like, that's a sign. We have to go to Staunton now, especially because there's a ghost tour.
Yeah, from what we heard about it before, it was just nice and had great views, lots to do, rich in history. You can walk everywhere, get coffee and good food, but we didn't know about the paranormal side of it.
Yeah, I guess I assumed because, it's an older town, rich in history. It's been around for quite some time, so I could only imagine that there was gonna be some paranormal, but I mean, there's a number of locations around there that ended up like being haunted or rumored to be haunted.
Yeah, it's way more than I anticipated it being when we were on the way there. I did no research. I just simply looked forward to the trip. And I just knew about the one ghost tour that we're going to take until we got down there and found out there's plenty of places.
Oh, yeah, 100%. But, before like we did the podcast, when they first went up there, I had been looking for, I call them Hallmark towns. And in my head, what I'm picturing is you can walk to a coffee shop, walk next door to a bookstore. It's autumn. There's leaves on the ground. You walk to a, smaller central park area, have a seat, read a book, sip your coffee. Literally like something you'd see in a Hallmark movie, not a hustling, bustling city, something more than just a main street. And Staunton it checks pretty much every box, from the second we got there. So we left here probably around 11 o'clock in the morning, and we got first place we went to, because I was starving, we went to Byers Street Bistro, and it was just one of the first places I found online that was in Staunton. That had good reviews, so I was like, why not? So we get in the car, we drive nonstop to Byers Street Bistro in Staunton, and easily the warmest, most kind-hearted people, the best service, I think, I've personally gotten in years. I mean, from the second you walk in, they greet you with a smile. They're super nice. We asked about coffee shops, and the waitress, remember, she like excitedly ran inside and then came back with like people had written down on the order pad their recommendations
from everybody.
Yeah, but the food was phenomenal. I got the Reuben, and Wayne got like a barbecue sandwich.
Yeah, it was like a barbecue rib sandwich or something.
Yeah, it was on like toast. It was so good.
It was very good.
And they have craft beers, and they have just your standard domestic beers. So we had some beers on that one. I don't think we really dove into the cocktails there. But yeah, if you guys are ever in Staunton, you're planning a trip to Staunton, you're driving through the area, whatever, definitely stop by Bower Street Bistro. Those guys are so nice. The manager came up and talked to us for a while. He actually ended up having family in Greensboro. So, small world. But
And with the number of people they had in the restaurant, we actually had very fast service.
yeah, it was pretty packed. We sat outside, and there was like 2 tables outside, but then like these clouds started rolling in and the wind picked up, and so we like scarfed our food down, and they were cleaning up or putting up the umbrellas on the tables around us, but they didn't mess with us. They told us to please take our time, like don't feel like they're rushing. So but yeah, for the amount of people in there, we definitely got fast service. It was a good experience. Definitely go to Bower Street Bistro. But God, what did we do
after that? We went to the parking garage, and we were getting to the hotel because by the time we got there, it was flooding.
Yeah, it was almost scary because
it was like everything's either uphill or downhill. If you're downhill, you're going to notice because every last bit of that water over like 5-minute period was just rushing past like a babbling brook. It was terrifying.
That's too gentle. It was literally like a river. It was raining probably for 3 to 4 minutes between the time we got in the parking garage, parked our car, and walked out. And I mean, enough to make you kind of like spooked a little bit, just the amount of water just rushing down the street. And I think the craziest part was it started raining, and like an hour later, if that, bone dry. You would never know that it was rushing just buckets of water down the road.
Yeah. I mean, you couldn't even see steam from the rain. Everything was just fine then.
Yeah.
I wish it would have stopped before we went to the hotel, because if you could imagine walking up a very steep hill in that type of rain,
Yeah, and the worst part is there were elevators in the parking garage that went straight to the hotel lobby.
And we were not aware of that.
Yeah, we did not know. So, we stayed at Hotel 24 South, very historic looking building. They had very nice staff. The room's very nice. They have a cocktail lounge that's in the building, and their drinks were pretty good. We had a orange juice mojito and their take on a French 75, which for me, 75 is my favorite cocktail. Like if somebody put down a paper in front of me and said, write down what cocktail you'll have the rest of your life, without hesitation, French 75.
Do not have one of those. I like most every cocktail that I drink. I don't remember what I had at the hotel.
You had?
It was something with vodka. I know that.
I don't remember what you had.
It's called a something sipper. That's all I got for you.
I don't remember. I know you said you liked it.
Yeah, it was nice. There's a reason it was called a sipper, because it was nothing but alcohol.
Yeah.
There
I
was
remember
no
that.
mixer.
Wayne has a superpower where he can take a shot of the strongest alcohol that you give him, and he will not make a face. He will not grimace. He will not like blow out the heat or whatever. He'll take a shot and just complete straight face. But even that one, I think you were kind of like,
Yeah, well, I mean, it had some bite to it. I wasn't expecting that.
Maybe that's what it was. You just weren't expecting it.
Yeah, and then I watched the bartender like put ice in this glass and then just dump the ice out, and I'm like, what's happening? And then he just poured straight vodka. I was like, oh, okay.
All right, it's gonna be that kind of party. But we definitely support small businesses. I guess technically we're a small business, or if we get popular enough, we'll become a small business. So we went to a bunch of small businesses while we were there. We're like exclusively. I think the only big store we went to was Belk, because I eat like a toddler and spilled sauce on my shirt, and our dumbasses didn't pack an extra shirt because we were like, we're just gonna leave first thing in the morning. So we went to Belk, and that's the only not local store we shopped at. But wow, we went to Remedy Burger for dinner that night.
Oh, it was so good.
God, Remedy Burger was really good. It's a burger joint on like I don't know, it's not the main street. It's almost like a whole block, in Stanton. But Remedy Burger, short wait. You can either order from like this online ordering thing, QR code at your table, or you can wait for a server to come take your order. Super nice guys. I guess I don't know if he was the manager or the owner, but I was calling it Staunton, Virginia, because I'm horrific. I have to read it as it read or speak it as it reads. And he was like, "The locals are going to look at you crazy if you say Staunton. It's Stanton," and walked away. And I was like, oh, "Gotcha." So, but no, the food there was fantastic. The service was fantastic. I mean, just everybody in Stanton was genuinely humble. It's a very inclusive town. There was like a pretty heavy LGBTQ presence there. You know, we definitely, we felt very, very safe and just free to walk around and not, I guess, be shy or embarrassed, which unfortunately is the case most other places we go. But everybody there was just chill. They had good vibes. Beautiful city. Jesus, it's a beautiful city.
Yeah, we went to, God, what was the name of the store with the crystal?
Oh yeah, the Little Shop of Crystals in Stanton.
That place was beautiful.
That place was nice. And Wayne and I have never been, we'd have never put much stock in, I don't know what they call it, crystal work, or basically just using crystals and things like that. We have, that's never been our jam, but I've been listening to now my favorite podcast, Two Girls, One Ghost. And if you have not listened to Two Girls, One Ghost, if you like paranormal stuff, go to that. Like, just go listen to that show. They're on, pretty much anywhere you get your podcast. But they just have a good dynamic between them. They tell really good stories, and they're very open. And just, who are we to tell you that what you believe in isn't right, or what you experienced you didn't experience? So they're like, we just believe people. And it's super refreshing. So they actually inspired me to go into this little shop of crystals and read through some of the different things that the different crystals are used for and things like that. So we both got pendants. I got amethyst, and
I got tiger eye.
Yeah, you got tiger's eye. So I don't know. We might look more into that. I mean, that's something that I think is gonna take some time and open-mindedness to kind of...
Yeah, I mean, even if it's not for you, it doesn't hurt to collect rocks. I mean...
And honestly, it's just going to take us getting more educated about the whole thing, because we don't really know anybody who uses any of that stuff. So yeah, we might start looking into that. Just, I don't know, fuck it, why not? Fuck it, something else to do. But anyways, the Little Shop of Crystals, the cashier, whoever was running the shop, super nice, super chill. And then for coffee the next day, we went to Reunion Bakery and Espresso, and I had like an iced caramel latte with lavender something, but it was so good. And I remember I was just I was about to fist fight somebody for some coffee, and everybody seemed to have like a long wait, and they did have a long wait, but we were probably out of there in 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was just, there was not like a system like they had at the burger joint. So everyone was inside the store, like a curling line spiraling to the center. But luckily we got there in time to be like second in line.
Yeah, that definitely worked out. It was really beautiful. But just go to Stanton, go visit the places. We went to some more places. I cannot remember the names of them. One of them, I think it's the Split Banana. We went for dessert. Yeah, that's what it was, the Split Banana. Their ice cream is great. And again, it was busy, and we were still out of there within like 5 minutes. Maybe not even 5 minutes. But they have all kinds of stuff. Just, yeah, we wanted you guys to at least be aware of these places when you go to Stanton. And don't just go to these places. I mean, there's places that we didn't go to. They have more than, this one coffee shop and bakery, and this more than one restaurant and more than one hotel. But we definitely encourage you to check these places out, or, find some more places. Shoot us a message, be like, hey, I went to Stanton, I went here, and, it was great, or whatever.
We only had like one real day to explore, so if you go find more things that we can do next time we go, absolutely tell us.
Yeah, because we will be back. But the real reason that we went on this trip was for the ghost tour. So there is a company run by a gentleman named Marty, and it's Black Raven Paranormal. Again, Marty's the guy who goes to Stanton. He sent us the follow request on Instagram, looked through his stuff, but they are actual paranormal investigators who also do these ghost tours around Stanton. And the ghost tour we bought was of the Spotts-Coffman House in Stanton, which is, one of many really old houses with a lot of history and a lot of tragic history. There were quite a few deaths there. I think they said it was used as a funeral home at one point, and there was a young child that died who lived in the house. So there was a lot of history in that house. So we bought the tickets for that house super cheap. I think it was like $34 after tax for both of us to go on this tour. Yeah, we met up right across the street from our hotel with Marty and the rest of the guys we took the tour with. Our tour guide, Lewis, was phenomenal. He showed up, I guess, with the previous tour group, let them split off, and then took us. But we went pretty short walk, maybe like a quarter mile down the street through like an alleyway, past some historic buildings, and got to the front of the Spotts-Coffman House. You know, he told us his experiences and experiences of previous tour guides, told us a lot about the history of the house, and the people who live in the house actually, like, they live there, but they run tours out of their home. So it's one of the stops on the Ghost of Staunton tour. And they also do their own, like, Victorian tour. So you can go through and look at all the Victorian artifacts and decor that they have.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to go back and check that out too. Just because I mean, history is kind of fun too. But it's already a haunted house, might as well see it twice.
Oh yeah, exactly. But the husband and wife who live in the home, they are dressed in like Victorian attire when you take the tour. So I mean, just the whole home is still very much Victorian. You know, they dress Victorian when they do the tours. They made sure to stress to us that they did not dress this way on a daily basis. But yeah, so we went into the Spotts-Coffman House, and basically the history behind it. I think it was built, I'm going to butcher this, in the mid 1700s, somewhere around there. But it was a house, and then it was used as like a funeral home, and then it had some other businesses, I think, run out of it. But the main haunting that we were there to talk about and experience was the ghost of Charlotte. So Charlotte lived in the house for 88 years, her entire life. Her parents bought the house, or her dad bought the house, and she grew up in the house. She had 2 husbands. Both husbands died unexpectedly, and I think Lewis said that they found some arsenic in the house, and so a lot of people are accusing her of being a Black Widow. And they just dubbed her the Black Widow, but the physicians that examined their bodies or wrote their death certificates, both of them were natural causes. One of them was lung cancer, and the other one I can't remember. It was another medical issue, just a standard medical issue, maybe like a heart attack or...
Yeah, it was something to that effect. I can't remember exactly what he told us.
Right, but basically, like, no, she didn't kill them. They died of cancer, but, you know, once you're labeled a murderer, a Black Widow, that kind of sticks. And so that stuck with her for a while, and they said that, you know, the last years of her life, I think she died in the 80s, she was primarily wearing the black Victorian mourning garb. Which, again, I know that, and that kind of threw us off, too, because the way they were describing her in Victorian garb all the time and showing us pictures, I thought she lived in, like, the 1800s. But she was born in, like, the 1890s and lived all the way to the 1980s. That's just how she chose to dress, because that's all she knew from her parents and grandparents. So they say that it's her spirit, is one of the spirits that haunts the house, but that she's a very kind spirit. She was a very kind lady. She was a very eccentric lady. They said that she was terrified of thunderstorms. Remember Lewis said back in those days you left your house unlocked, and so she would often go to the cemetery and sit and read or whatever. And if she noticed a thunderstorm coming up, she would quickly leave. But if the thunderstorm hit before she got to her house, there was nothing to see her hat on your table, and you knew that she was either in the closet or under the bed hiding.
Which is terrifying.
Also true. Which, I mean, I guess back in the day, like, you know your neighbors.
Yeah, it's more accepting back then. But if I came home and just saw, like, a 1700s hat sitting on the table, I'm not playing hide and seek. I'm leaving.
Yeah, no, I would definitely get in the car, leave, and just call the cops. I don't know. But no, back then, you know, it's different. Like, you knew pretty much everybody.
And from what Lewis said, she is the most active spirit that's at the house. And she's nice and she's sweet, but I believe he said during renovations, at one point, some of the workers that were out there had made some, like, negative comments about her. I think it was something to do with her being a Black Widow, and she, like, nailed them from across the yard with walnuts.
Yeah,
As a ghost.
I think he actually said it was some of the tour guides that used to do.
Could have been.
But yeah, basically they would make, comments about her being a Black Widow, not very nice comments, and both times walnuts just got flung from nobody in the yard and just pinged them.
Which is hilarious.
That is funny. I would 100 if I was a ghost, you sit there and you talk shit at my house. I'm gonna throw whatever I can.
Yeah, I was like, it makes me want to plant something bigger than a walnut. Get a coconut tree out here.
Get a coconut tree, fucking cannonballs fly into the air. But yeah, we went inside during the tour, and you start off in the foyer, I guess, right when you walk in the front door, and you stand in a circle, and the tour guides are introducing themselves, and you're talking, yada yada yada. But being somewhat skeptical because I wanted to experience something so bad. I was checking every mirror, every window, door, hallway, dark space, everything I could. And I think I just wanted to experience so bad. But I swear, right when we started the tour and we were talking, my back was to a dark hallway. And I swear that I heard somebody whisper, "Hey," behind me. It was enough that it made me turn my head and look behind me.
You told me that at the very end, and I'm jealous. I wish I could have heard that.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. I don't know if it was just I want to experience something so bad, and so like a gust of wind or something. But it really sounded clear. It sounded like a clear "hey" behind me, and it chilled me, and I shot my head back. And I think the guy that lives in the house. I wish I could remember their names. I feel so bad. It's like Kevin or something, but he kind of looked at me and he had like this little grin on his face, and I was like, he knows. But they said that there's like a ghost cat that lives there. They said that if you're, standing in the house, that you will feel very, very vividly and clearly a cat run between your legs, and they don't have a cat. But they said that people, have had their dresses tugged. I think they said they've had their hair tugged. We didn't have any like concrete experiences. He said the tour guide before us looked in one of the mirrors and very clearly saw her standing there. But
that was when they went into her room.
Yeah, something like that. Or it was in the dining room, or what's the name of the room? The tea room? The parlor. The parlor.
Yeah.
Which, fun fact, funeral parlors are called funeral parlors because, back in the day, the parlor of the home is where they would put your body in the casket and have the viewing, the wake. And so, when funeral homes started to become a thing, it was the funeral parlor because, parlor. I like fun facts like that. I like little tidbits. We went to the parlor. We went to the dining room and to the library. We went to Charlotte's bedroom, which is very much still Victorian looking.
So was the bathroom.
Oh my God. So the bathroom was still the 1900 construction. So it still had the box and chain toilet, beautiful clawfoot tub. But apparently there was a lot of activity there. I think he said that his daughter lived in the house before they did, was renting it or from them or something, and she had quite a number of experiences in there.
Yeah, she refused to use it after a while.
Yeah.
And she would go all the way down the stairs to the butler's pantry that was
bottom of the stairs,
bathroom.
Yeah. So there have been a lot of recorded cases or reported cases of hauntings at this house. I will say the only real experience I had was but when we went into her bedroom, I felt the air was kind of heavy, but at the same time at that point, that was our last stop.
Yeah.
And it was so fucking hot in that house. We walked by the thermostat and it was 79, I think, in the house.
Yeah, they kept it true to old fashioned. And there
Holy
was
shit.
1 or 2 air conditioners in the whole thing.
Well, no, I swear every room had an air conditioner. It's just they were doing nothing. It was like pissing on a bonfire. It was
Well, I remember the living room and the parlor had a fan.
Yeah.
And I know her bedroom and that was it a nursery area?
Yeah.
I know both of those had.
Well, either way, it was stupid hot and we were sweating. I was like, I need to go get some water. But no, it was hot the whole time, but when we got to her room, it's just the air felt different.
It was almost muggy.
Yeah. And then Lewis came in, and Lewis, he told us right at the beginning of the tour, hey, I'm a medium, or at least very sensitive to the paranormal. And so he walked in the room when we were on there, and he was like, yeah, she's in here. He didn't I don't know if he could see her or just feel her, but he didn't say, like, yeah, she's right over there.
Yeah, because the wife, I remember because she was in here and she called Lewis into the bedroom. She was like, "Hey, Lewis, come in here." She said, I'm feeling something over there. And he came in and did his little thing.
Yeah. So, I mean, all in all, it was a really good tour. You know, we didn't experience anything concrete, but 45 minutes in a house isn't, I don't know, a lot of time in my opinion.
Yeah, I dare say we need to spend the night.
I wouldn't go that far because it's a private residence. But no, going like back into the history, you know, Charlotte's the most active ghost, but there was a kid, and I'm pretty sure his name was Hallie, and he lived, my understanding, I don't remember the exact date that Lewis gave us, but it was long enough that it was, people got around with horse and carriage.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but
I forgot about that part.
my understanding is the story goes that he was playing or something in an alleyway, and a horse and buggy, horse and carriage, whatever, started to go down the alleyway, and he got scared that he was going to get caught or run over or something, so he went and hid behind a parked stagecoach. And when the horse and buggy was going down, they were going pretty quick, if I remember right, and they kind of veered towards the stagecoach, and their buggy hit the stagecoach and crushed Hallie's head in between the wheel and the wall, and obviously he was dead instantly. But I think Lewis said that his other friend, young friend, found him and like went and got his parents or something like that.
Yeah.
But Lewis said that Hallie's ghost also is a spirit that is in the Spotts-Coffman house. And I want to say that they said it was confirmed 21?
Yeah, 21.
21 spirits in that house. And I don't know the history of all of them. I think one of them, they showed us a picture of them standing. They showed us a picture of two people standing under like a big sign.
Oh, yeah, the two men.
The two men back in the 1800s. And somebody, was it his wife that said that she saw?
Went through like the back door or something.
Somebody that saw the tall guy with the bushy mustache. And when they found that picture later in the archives, she was like, "Oh my God, that's him."
Yeah.
That's who I saw. And then Charlotte, one of her father-in-laws, they said lived with her after her husband died and then until, or near his death. And they said that they've seen, or people have seen, an older man apparition, spirit haunt the house, and that's who it is, her father-in-law. But yeah, there's a lot of history at this house. It's been renovated a number of times, but it's, they've kept true to the original bones, the original structure of the house. And she said that she actually had a friend somebody come for the tea. They do the fundraiser, and she's either a psychic or a medium or something like that, or maybe it's just sensitive. But she said that, hey, this woman keeps telling me to tell you that she's super appreciative of what you've done with the house. You've done a great job. Thank you so much. And, my understanding is she didn't know any of this story at that point. She didn't know about Charlotte and them taking over the house and this and that. So, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and Charlotte being appreciative of them doing all that leads back to the person who had the house before them, right? Because she was planning to do X, Y, and Z, and then I think they said they were planning to just tear it down.
I don't remember if they were going to tear it down or if they were just going to
completely remodel for a residence or split it up.
Or yeah, they were going to like a duplex or something.
But yeah, so they were basically going to completely...
Yeah, they were going to completely
gut this house at home.
Yeah, they're going to do the house over. And apparently, when they were discussing the estate and stuff, Charlotte, right after she died, they said that the phone just kept ringing off the hook. Nobody would be there, and it would just keep ringing every time they would start discussing things. And so they were just like, Charlotte, please chill out.
Didn't they say that someone got locked in a closet?
Yeah, we should have audio recorded that. But yeah, somebody, I think it was one of them, got locked in the closet or attic or something upstairs, and it wouldn't let her out.
Don't mess with the house.
I know, and it always reminds me of The Conjuring, where
in the
basement steps.
God.
Doing the clap game, and she lights the fucking match, and the little hands go clap, clap. That's just, anytime I hear about somebody getting locked in a closet, that is immediately where my mind goes.
And it couldn't have been me, because I would have already been at the bottom of the stairs. I would have fell, first of all. I'm not walking down the stairs. I would have fell down the stairs. You probably would have found me, paralyzed in the morning.
Are you talking about from The Conjuring?
Yes.
She did fall down the stairs, remember?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't have made it up the stairs the way she did. I wouldn't be banging on that door trying to get up. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I would have collapsed. That's it. That's the end of it. As soon as that door was slamming shut, and I fell, I'm not getting back up.
Oh, that's right. She fell, and then that's what started.
Yeah, no, I would have stayed right there beside the piano.
No, I understand. But listen, guys, we are talking about Charlotte. And like I said, Charlotte was dubbed unfairly a Black Widow. She was innocent, but that kind of stuck with her the rest of her life. And, obviously that's not going to have a great impact on you. So it seems like she's really trying to clear her name or just let people know. Maybe she wants people to know the truth. I'm not sure. But we wanted to create this episode cocktail special for Charlotte. And so I called it Midnight Magnolia since I had French 75. It's very elegant. It's my favorite cocktail. I did a different take on it. So it doesn't have any champagne, Prosecco, sparkling wine, whatever. So again, you guys, if you aren't following us on Facebook, Instagram, or anything, go do that so you can keep up with the recipes. I'm trying to post them every Wednesday before the episode. That way you can go buy the ingredients you need to make it. And then, you can make it, test it. If you want to add something, take something away, you can do that. And then join us for the show and sip. But this recipe, again, on Facebook and Instagram, is 2 ounces of Empress 1908 gin, which Wayne and I now love. So I used to get like the Tanqueray
Yeah,
gin.
the London's dry gin.
Yeah, I used to get that, and then we started getting the Empress 1908, and it's got the like purple hue, and it is smooth enough to drink straight to a degree. So it's 2 ounces of that, 0.5 ounces, half an ounce of elderflower liqueur, and then 0.75 ounces of lemon juice. And then we made the rosemary simple syrup that you can find on another post on our socials where I kind of give a little picture and instructions on how to make your own simple syrups. So we used half an ounce of the rosemary simple syrup that we made, and then took a splash of the black currant, and I could not find lavender bitters. So
Not 100% sure what it is. It sounds like it would be.
well, I mean, it's just
cool.
a bitter, a flavor of bitters. Like they have orange bitters and things like that. You can get lavender. I just could not find it for some reason anywhere. So we left that out. I think I used something else lavender in its place. I can't remember. It might have been like lavender syrup or something. Anyways, it had a little bit of lavender in it. And I'm stepping on it right now, and I don't know. I think I'm so spoiled to like the French 75 and having that carbonated, the sparkling wine or champagne that like it's just, I don't know, it's good. It's just dry. It's like I don't know how to describe. Maybe it's just flat. I'm used to it carbonated. It's just flat. It's not bad. It's really good. It's just I like that punch.
You can probably add soda water.
That's true. That is true. Maybe I'll go do that. We have a soda stream, so we can just make soda water, club soda. So yeah, maybe we'll do that, and I'll try it again. But I like it.
It's really good. I'm already out, if I'm being honest. I finished mine.
I see that.
So,
Do you want another one?
kind of. We can worry about that later.
Yeah, I'll make you one after the show. Also, the Empress Gin has a unique quality where if you mix it with certain citrusy things, it actually changes the color. So it comes out, it's in the bottle as this like dark purple, liquor, but the lemon juice, it looks like rose. It looks like
a
rose
rosy
pink, purpley. But I think depending on what citrus you mix it with, it changes a different color. I think that's what you told me, right?
Yeah, I was looking it up right after you got it because as soon as you brought it in the house, I was obsessed with it.
Yeah.
And so I started looking it up. I can't remember all of them. I do remember it said lemon juice or I think like straight pineapple juice would turn it into a pinkish color.
Okay, so we're going to mix it with pineapple juice after the podcast, you guys. Just a heads up.
And then I think there was something maybe about lime. I don't remember. I really don't.
I don't know. But I'm going to give this one a 3 out of 5. And that I don't feel like that's fair. I feel like it's just because it doesn't have the champagne in it or the sparkling wine. So I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. I'm gonna stick to my guns.
This is real ADHD of me, but I'm going 5 out of 5. Simply because it changes color. And it's really good too. I can't deny that, but it changes color.
It does. But like I said, this is our 3rd episode. We are still learning the ropes, so we are switching kind of between. We were using GarageBand for the first 2 episodes, and I'm like, it's great, but I want something maybe more geared towards podcasts and things like that. So right now I'm experimenting with Riverside, and so if you notice some some weirdness in the next episode or two. I'm just messing around with different platforms, find one that we like. So bear with us on that. Hopefully this one turns out great. Also, you guys, if you're going to our website, we did switch from our old website to our new podcast host, kind of build you your own website. You can have a little bit of say in it. Still not what we want. So we're going to start experimenting with that too and finding a platform where we can actually build a website that we want. So if you see a bunch of different links on our socials in the next few weeks, just know that we're trying out different, platforms to build a website. So a genuine professional website will be coming soon. Just bear with us. But back to the story. Besides the Spotts-Coffman House, another haunted location is the Mary Baldwin College. Now, the Mary Baldwin College is a female college, liberal arts college in Staunton. It was founded in 1842 and was originally called the Augusta Female Seminary. And there are quite a number of ghost sightings at this college. Probably the most famous haunting at Mary Baldwin College is they theorize that the old stage and film actress Tallulah Bankhead, she went to school there in like the early 1900s. But she was a pretty famous actress through the 20s and to the 50s, and when she died in the 60s. The Collins Theater, they say, is inhabited by her ghost since she went there, back in the early 1900s. And they say that she's just a trickster, that Tallulah plays with the lights and that she moves objects in the theaters around, and there's apparently a bunch of reports of this activity, but there's a difference of opinion in who the spirit is. Because one, they said that where the Collins Theater is now, during the time she went there, used to be part of like a military school for boys. So she wouldn't have like been on the land or being in that theater. And then they're also saying like, hey, she lived in London. She lived in, I think she grew up in like Arkansas or Alabama. She's lived in New York and just all over the country. Why is she going to haunt a theater that wasn't there when she only went there for a little bit and 120 years ago? So there are some speculations on if it's her or not. I mean, think what you want. In our opinion, it probably isn't. I'm on their side. Like, if she only went there for a short period of time 120 years ago, and it wasn't even, like, that theater wasn't even there when she was there, or even on the campus, I just don't...
Yeah, that don't really make sense. I mean, it sounds like she has better places that she could haunt.
I mean, that's my thing, too, is if it isn't her, then who is it? I would like to be a part of that investigation. I would like to go there and figure out who the fuck is haunting this theater. And the King building is also said to be haunted, and at one time it had like a big pool in the King building. And my understanding is that it's since been removed and torn away and it's no longer there. But there was a security guard who was working the building, and he said that he heard a sound of someone like jumping off the diving board, and then he went to investigate, and there was nobody there, and the water was completely still. There were no ripples. There was nothing wet, around the pool where somebody would like walk. So, he chalked it up to a ghost.
I mean, fair enough. I mean, not a lot of things are going to make a diving board noise, let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, that's my whole thing. Like, what can you hear because it's distinctive? Like,
yeah.
if you played an audio clip sitting over there on the love seat right now of a diving board, I would instantly know what it was.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't think it was a door slamming or a giraffe. You would know it's a diving board.
Exactly. And then also, I tried to do some research just to see if like there had been a death in the pool or anything like that, and I couldn't find anything. So I was wondering, like, okay, well, did a student drown in the pool, or was there a prominent swimmer that died? And I probably looked for 35, 45 minutes, and I could not find anything that fit that category. I don't know.
Well, if someone died in the pool, it could be a cover-up.
Okay. Doubt it's a cover-up. All right, get out the tinfoil hat. So, yeah, they say that building is haunted. And they also say that the McClung dormitory is said to be haunted by a pale white figure who floats above the beds in the building.
I don't like that.
I don't either. And see, that's my whole thing. Like, we did a sleep paralysis episode last week, and my whole thing is don't fuck with me while I sleep. I mean, don't fuck with me at all. Let's get that out of the way.
Let's get one thing straight.
Because listening to the Two Girls, One Ghost podcast and then doing our own podcast and doing research, like, I'm surrounding myself with scary shit like 24/7. Unless I'm at work, like, you know, doing cases, treating patients, don't have time to do it. So when I get my 30-minute lunch, pretty much the whole time I'm on my phone scrolling through articles and different haunted shit. So pretty much anytime I'm not actively engaged in something, I am looking up ghost stories and subjects or listening to creepy podcasts. So I go back to it. Don't fuck with me while I sleep, but don't fuck with me at all. Because when you're at work and I'm here by myself, now I've been lately freaked out. I don't like to leave the hall light off. Sorry, so Dale Earnhardt's ghost has heard us talking about ghosts and is squalling tires outside on our private ass street. God, anyways, I don't like leaving the light off in the hallway because where I sit on the couch, like, is in full view of that hallway, and I'm just like, oh my fucking God, somebody is standing right there. I'm gonna look over and there's gonna be a all silhouette figure.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Like, when I get home from work in the afternoon, I'll go over there and turn off the light first. Then I have to go turn off the kitchen light and dining room light.
All right. I was just gonna leave it at one light. You ain't gotta throw me under the bus.
No, they need to know.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a scaredy cat. And then a child's handprint mysteriously appears in the room where Mary Julia Baldwin once stayed from time to time. So it's Mary Baldwin University. So this is the lady it was named after. But it's just weird, a child's handprint.
Did she have a kid that died there, or?
Not that I saw. I never saw it. I mean, I didn't look specifically for any child death or anything.
Yeah. I mean, that's a weird thing to search, but...
As I'm actively searching it.
But no, you're right. It's strange that it would be a child's handprint, unless there was something to do with a child there. And you would think it would be specifically related to her.
Yeah, I just looked up, like, who died. So, yeah, a child's little handprint pops up in this room, which is, ghost kids just freak me out. I mean, ghosts in general freak me out, but something about ghost kids.
It depends on the severity. Like, if there is a ghost child, like, running around wreaking havoc, sure. If it's just, like, I feel kind of bad when it comes to children. I'm like, if there's a ghost child and, like, you're sad because you lost your mom, because you died and you don't know where she went, now I feel bad.
Okay, now I feel kind of bad.
But at the
same time,
I also think about it, and, like, I just envision the kid from Pet Sematary.
Okay, see, that movie fucked with me my entire childhood.
Yeah, like, I don't like standing beside the bed now. So that's the other half of that coin.
All right. Well, we're going to take a break on this one. But probably the funniest ghost that I could find is a spirit that the students have dubbed Richard. Now, Richard is a prankster, and I guess he was a Union soldier, because they say that his apparition, he wears a blue soldier's uniform with gold buttons, but he is known to, like, hide objects, and he moves things around from time to time, and, like, literally he just plays pranks on the students. Like, that's like his whole MO is just fucking with the students.
I kind of love that, though.
I do too. Like, if there's something I can do in the afterlife, it's 1,000% just pulling pranks, because then, like, who's gonna catch you?
Yeah.
Like, who, I mean...
Fair enough. You get to sit there and watch them when they discover the prank.
Yeah,
like, oh, it's fantastic.
I got you, bitch. Yeah, like...
I would love to just be a dick the whole time.
Right? Let's be an asshole ghost.
His name was Richard, too. That's great.
Like, you're going to call the Catholic Church and be like, hey, we need to get this fucking guy out of here.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my God, is he, like, terrorizing? Like, is he abusing you? Or, is it demonic? And they're like, no, he just won't stop fucking pranking us. We keep finding our pillowcases, like, shoved in the toilet. Like, he's got one more time to put whipped cream on my hand and tickle my face, and I'm going to straight up, like, Freddy Krueger's ass. Like, that's going to be me as a ghost.
And you put baby powder on the ceiling fan. I'm getting pissed.
That's going to be me as a ghost. And then I'm just going to, like, naturally escalate. I'm just going to start doing, like, some off-the-wall shit. I want to do, like, Beetlejuice, where they're just, like, distorting their faces.
It's going to progressively get worse until they do call a priest. And you're like, okay, all right.
Yeah, all right, I'll chill out.
All right, guys. I'll pretend to be gone for a little while.
Yeah, put the sage down.
Nothing rash. Come on now.
Yeah, take it easy there, guy. So to wrap up, this wasn't as much a scary episode as much as like, hey, we went to this really badass town in Virginia, really good people, really good history, really haunted history. And there are other locations that this tour does, like an hour and a half walking tour around the whole city, apparently like in her tunnels and shit.
That'd be cool in the fall.
Yeah. we actually, I think we got one of those 20% off promo code coupons for October tours. And apparently, I don't know if it's on Halloween or if it's just in October, Lewis does the Spirit Box session at the train depot, the train yard. I want to do that. So yeah, this is not one of those scary episodes that we're going to be known for, but we just wanted to highlight all of the businesses and Staunton itself and then the haunted locations. So yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful city. It's a creepy city if you take the ghost tours. But yeah, that's going to wrap us up this week, guys. Thank you for joining us on our recap of our time in Staunton and our ghost tour. And join us next week when we discuss my favorite cryptid or monster, werewolves.
Ooh, werewolves.
Yes, that's like your about me for the host. When it comes to me, my favorite monster is like if you tell me werewolf stories, I will sit there and listen like a fucking child for hours. Like if somebody sits me down and is like, hey, I think I saw a werewolf, I will not leave you alone. I will ask you when, where, what, why, how. Do you have any evidence? Can we go get evidence? Yeah, I love werewolves, long story short. So next week, our topic is going to be on werewolves. We're going to cover everything from the Beast of Bray Road to werewolves in popular media. And if you have a werewolf story that you want to share, whether you think you saw a werewolf or you ever saw a werewolf, you think you saw a werewolf, you have experience with the Beast of Bray Road, you see the Dog Man, any werewolf stories, please send it to us, or anything. Doesn't have to be werewolf stories. Send us any spooky stories you have to phantomproofpodcast@gmail.com. Make sure to follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts. And then find us on our socials. Facebook, obviously, we're Phantom Proof Podcast. Instagram, we're at Phantom Proof Podcast. And then we also just got on Podchaser, which is kind of like social media for podcasts. So you can find us on Podchaser as well if that's what you use. But just make sure to like, follow, subscribe. Let us know anything that we can do different. If you like the show, make sure to leave a good review. And we will see you next time.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
You've been listening to Phantom Proof Podcast. New episodes drop weekly, serving haunted history with a stiff drink. Got a ghost story of your own? Email it to phantomproofpodcast@gmail.com. Follow Phantom Proof Podcast on Facebook and Instagram. And remember, sip responsibly. And whatever you do, don't listen alone.